Hi Goblins! My name is Jody and I'm the Goblin Girl. I'm a 43-year-old gaming girl and I'm here to show you how to get into gaming, no matter your age. In this video, we're going to walk around the capital city of Orgrimmar in World of Warcraft and explain all of the basic things you need to know to get started in playing after the tutorial. So now that we've completed Exile's Reach, we are now in the great city of Orgrimmar. And when we first get there, there's a quest that you can take the very
Stay focused on our mission.
Where you can, well, first of all, it's completely
for the Horde.
And now we can either take a Welcome to Orgrimmar quest, or we can say, hey, no, what are you talking about? I already know my way around. But this time, let's do Welcome to Orgrimmar.
Stay sharp. Danger. I must report to the War Chief. Cork will show you around the city for now.
Alright, so here's a goblin you're going to talk to.
Ready to make some gold?
And you actually make a bit of experience during this quest, so it's not a terrible idea.
I'll be seeing you later. Betcha that guard can point us to the stables.
So, one of the first things that they teach you is that the guards of Orgrimmar can kind of tell you where you're, can kind of point you in the direction of whatever you're looking for to go to. So for example, if I write this guard,
and honor,
it's actually going to tell me a bunch of different things that I can ask about. I can ask about the pet trainer, I can ask about auction house, or the bank, or the barber. In this case though, they're asking me to go to the stables, which is an important and non-player character to know about as a hunter. So I'm going to click on Stable Master.
Well, what'd they say?
For the Horde.
He's going to give me a little gold arrow on my map that says, hey, this is where you're supposed to go. So let's continue talking.
Time is money, friend. Pleasure doing business with you. Yeesh, that's far. Better stick close to me, kid.
So he's going to slowly direct you to where the stables are, which is fine. You can follow him.
Welcome to the big time, pal. You're in Orgrimmar now. Anyone who's anyone does business here. Yeah, it's hot and dusty, and the orcs ain't always hospitable. But it's got charm, huh?
And I do walk a little bit faster than him, so I am going to have to kind of slow down once in a while. And yeah, the stable master is actually pretty far away.
See, the thing about Orgrimmar is that it's a place we can call our own. And that means a lot to people. If the goons in the Alliance had their way, we wouldn't even have that much.
And if I were you and I were seeing this for the first time, I would think, well, how the heck am I going to get back? Because this is a big city and it's kind of leading us far away from the entrance. Well, it's okay. We'll get you there. Don't worry. And we're in the Valley of Honor now. Which again, I know you're probably like, I don't know what that means. It means nothing to me, Jody. Well, it's okay. We'll get there.
We're almost there. The stables are just up that hill.
This is another reason why we also want to get a mount, because running around all this much is a lot of walking around. Okay, so here are the stables. The good news is this is not the only stables. This is just the biggest stables in the city, so you don't have to come over here. She's gonna say, "Hey, great!" And you know, if you talk to so and so, you can learn how to ride. And the very first time you learn, it's gonna actually give you a mount, which is kind of nice. Which for goblins, your first mount is a trike.
Farewell.
You need to learn how to mount first. So for that you need a riding trainer. For the basic mounts, which are ground mounts, which are the ones that you know, like ride around on the ground, you need a riding trainer. Once you hit level 30, you can actually start flying, which you'll need a specific mount that can fly, but you need the flying trainer instead.
What do you need?
An apprentice riding, which you can learn at level 10, only costs 8 silver. It may be a little bit more. I think it's actually 10 silver to start off with. Goblins get a discount, so it's kind of nice. So
go forth to victory.
And now I can go back to the stable hand.
Glory to the Horde. Strength and honor.
And
be safe.
You need it? I got it.
So then we're gonna go.
Take it sleazy. Let's visit a trainer to learn about specializing your skills.
Which the hunter trainer is actually in the same area. And I'm gonna kind of sort of take a shortcut. Fall around. Whee! Because I can. Because I can. And I think it's up there, yeah. It's gonna try to show me, hey, here's the trike that you just got. And yeah, this is what the trike looks like. Trainer.
How are you?
And I have some lag. And they're going to explain what the different specializations are. So, let's see. As I kind of mentioned before, there's Beast Mastery, which is basically your pets are a lot stronger, you're a lot stronger with your pets. There's Marksmanship, which is more about doing damage with whatever weapon you have. So for example, you know, you have a aimed shot, kind of like a sniper shot, so to speak. And then Survival, which you generally will use a two-handed weapon instead of using a lot of ranged weapons. So for now we're going to do Beast Mastery. And you hit activate, and then
solid choice, friend.
Specs. I will at some point have a video that talks about all of the different specs. What is this that's trying to get me to move? I do not know. There is no ability there.
Okay, dokie.
Oh, that's dragging them out. I don't know. What is it trying to do? Oh. Sorry, that was getting annoying. I will have a video up about all of the different specializations and what they mean for each of the different classes. One video per class. I'm going to try to make those shorter.
Don't be shy.
In general, Beast Mastery is a pretty good one to have. So
you be careful, man.
Time is money, friend.
Now it's
pleasure doing. Come on, let's hit the Wyvern's tail. You can buy me a drink.
Which is right around the corner.
Zug zug.
Okay, so innkeepers have a special thing when you right click them that says make this in your home. And what that means, and I'll show you what
May your blades never dull.
I'm just going to do a little ability, and then you also get something called an Earthstone. An Earthstone allows you to travel back to wherever you have set your home. and you can set your home at any innkeeper across the entire world. So if you wanted to, you could set it in Orgrimmar, you could set it in Silvermoon City. You know, you can pretty much set it wherever you want to. And then when you want to actually return to that, you just right-click this item, and it will transport you back to your inn. Now, in this case, it's a 30-minute cooldown, so you can only do it once, you know, twice an hour, basically. There's also toys you can get that will give you special looks and feels for all of your different spells to go home. It's basically a spell to go home.
What can I do for you?
Inns are very important.
For the Horde!
Recruit, I bring word from the war chief. We meet again.
Alright, so now they want...
Elements, the war chief awaits you in Gromosh Hold.
You need it? I got it. Take it sleazy.
I always knew you'd make a name for yourself.
Watch your back out there, will you? And put in a good word with the war chief for me.
Alright, so if you don't know how to get back to the war chief, right, because like I said, we're in the Valley of Honor, what you can do is you can go talk to any guard, and this one you can't. I'll explain why. But if I go up to these, when you hover over them, you're going to notice your mouse turns into almost like a map-looking icon. If you right-click with your mouse, this is where you can actually try to go find all the different things. So, and you can even go find things in other continents to go things like if you want to go to Thunder Bluff, for example.
Strength, blood, and thunder.
Kind of know how to get there. So, does this tell me? This does not. Alright, so what I'm going to do instead
Go with honor.
is I'm going to show you the map. Let's kind of expand the map. So Orgrimmar is split into 5 basically different areas. Maybe a little bit more with the smaller ones, but you generally start off in the Valley of Strength. So this is the in and out entrance, the main entrance gate to Orgrimmar. From here, you can either go into the Drag, which is this long kind of corridor, which will take you to the Valley of Wisdom, which kind of looks more like, why can't I think of the cows? It's their basic area. From there you can go out into the Valley of Spirits, which is more like the troll area, and then where Orgrimmar Embassy is, which is for the Volpera and the goblins. That takes you back into the Valley of Strength. If you go from the Valley of Strength again into the Drag, you can get into Valley of Honor, which is where we are, which is where more of the orcish things are, and there's some Pandaren stuff in here as well. So we're gonna go back into the Drag and then into the Valley of Strength, so I can show you some of the very basic things you need to know about how to get around. So we're gonna go into the Valley of Honor, and you can make the map smaller. It's going to kind of fade out a little bit as I walk around, and go back the same way I came. Okay, sorry. I was a little lost and turned around because of the darkness of everything. Alright, so here's the Drag, and you can see as I'm moving around my mouse, my arrow key that represents where my character is moving with us. We're going to turn left and go down the Drag. And again, it's just following along the Drag, which is just this long corridor. And we're going to go until we get to, I want to go to the gates. There. And yes, I like to jump. Jump, jump. And you will see other players around as well. You know, people, the main cities are some of the bigger hubs of the area, and Orgrimmar is probably one of the bigger ones. So once you get into the city of Orgrimmar, the main city, like I said, here's the gates of the city. You are facing this way. And when you're here, the bank, which I'll explain in a minute, is on the left-hand side. The main area where the war chief is right in the middle, this big building in the middle. And then on the right-hand side over here is where the auction house is. And then also here's another really good inn to stay at. So I'm actually going to stay at this inn because this is kind of more closer to where all the things are. Now you don't have to worry about, you know, if you accept one inn, you can just change. You can just go to an innkeeper at any other inn, and you want to make that inn your home instead. You can move it around as many times as you want to. Now let's go to the bank. So at a bank, you're going to see these big dome-like things that you can try to right-click, but it's going to say you don't have one because you don't have a guild, which again is just a large group of people that kind of play together and talk together and do different events together. So like this guild, this person's guild is Don't Make Me Get My Mane. It's kind of funny. This person's guild is something of Thunderbreath. The Hunters of Thunderbluff. So what you can have access to though without having a guild is just the bank. So if you go to any of the goblins and right click them, it's going to bring up your bank. This allows you to store items that you may want to use later on that you don't necessarily want to use right away. So for example, I have this extra bag in here. If I don't want to use it now, I can put it there so I can use it later on. Or say this potion. Then I can leave. It doesn't cost me anything to do that. I can come back. And I can get them again. There's no charge whatsoever with the bank for using it, the basic item slots. If you want more slots, it's going to cost you, starting at 10 silver, going up to 25 gold per slot. And in those slots, in order to use them, you actually have to put in a bag. So if I purchase this one, and I take that bag that I had and I drag it over, now if I open it, which you can open it by doing right click, or you can also do Control or B for bags. You'll see this bag is a different color than my bags that are in my inventory. That means that this is a part of the bank. You can also, once you have enough gold, you can actually purchase something called the Regent Bank, which will be more for crafting, and we'll talk about the Regent Bank more when we talk about crafting and gathering. But for now, know that you can buy, you know, up to 8 different bags in addition to your item slots for things for storage. And you can clean things up, which will just kind of organize things, just like this button here will also kind of organize things based on the way you tag it. And you can right-click bags and say, okay, I want this to only be my equipment. I want this to only be my consumable. That's left click, not right click, sorry. And I want this to be my trade goods. And then when you hit that cleanup button, it'll actually split all of your items based on the way you want things, and trash will always go into your main backpack. You can do the same thing in these bags. You can also say, I want this to only be equipment. So then when you sort this, it'll put your equipment in the same bag.
Don't be a stranger.
That's the bank. Very important place to go because you will get items that you'll want to use later on, or you know, you'll get too much of an item, or you know, it's something, especially for crafting, you'll use quite a bit. Then the next important thing that you'll use quite a bit as you level up and gain experience is the auction house, which you can tell is a popular place because of all of the people here. So if you go in and right click the auction house,
you break it, you buy it.
This is going to open up the auction house. This will allow you to purchase things such as weapons, armor, bags, items for crafting, recipes, enhancements that will increase your, like potions, for example, that will increase your stats, like such as agility, which is a very good stat for Hunter. You can sell items, so if you have an item that you can sell, for example, this linked nail gloves, if I wanted to, I could actually sell it. No one's going to buy it because it's a very expensive item, but you can sell it here. there's searches, there's filters for things such as level ranges and quality. You can make items your favorites, so if you're always searching for bags, you can put bags in here. It's a very useful place. So to buy something, you would find an item and you search. Say here's someone selling a hatchet. You click on it again, and you click bio. When you do this,
Pleasure doing business with you.
it's going to give you a mail, and I'll explain what the mailbox is in a second. You can go out here, and this is what the mailbox mostly looks like. Every area, every land kind of has a different themed mailbox, just like they have different themed buildings and different themed grass and sky and all that. So the mailbox will look different as well. But in this area, you can actually receive and send mail. So the auction house, when you sell something or when you buy something, will send you a mail with either the item or the money that you earn back. So you can just click on it and click on open. You can open all of them and everything will be deposited in your backpack. You can also send mail, which you can send mail to your characters or to a friend. That will let you send things like items, gold, or, wealth. So if I have, a couple hundred gold on another character that I want to send to this character, I can. What else? Oh, and when you sell something, you don't get the money right away. It takes it an hour from the time that you sold it to the time that you get your money back. So don't expect your money right away. And then, yep, the main quest starts here in this hall. Another important thing that you'll see around are these boards. I call them bulletin boards, where you see like pieces of paper on them. When you right-click them, they'll give you ideas for quests. Right now, I don't have any because I'm doing a main quest line. It's not going to let me do it, but it would let you choose the kind of areas that you would quest in, which you can also find in your adventure guide as well. Not so much right now. Alright, so I kind of just wanted to show you some of the areas so you'd understand how Orgrimmar works and understand, you can go through the different towns and everything. You can use your map. You can talk to a guard to try to find your way if you're missing something. Just like the Exile's Reach, there are vendors you can sell things to and buy things. I'm gonna sell all that.
May your blades never dull.
You can sort your bags, you can talk to people, you can create a resting point at an inn. All of these things are places and people that you need to in order to start playing the game and start understanding how things work more. With that being said, thank you for watching The Goblin Girl, where we like to get you into gaming. Please like and subscribe to learn more about World of Warcraft as we learn more about different classes and other features of the game. Thank you and have a great night.